Limpopo Health MEC Dr Phophi Ramathuba is reportedly one of the leading candidates for Premier in the province. The ANC PEC held a meeting where it nominated key figures including Arts and Culture MEC Nakedi Sibanda Kekana and Cocta MEC Makgoba, who will be interviewed now by the ANC national officials later this week. Political analyst Dr Metji Makgoba joins us now for more on that conversation. Dr. Makgoba, good to have you, and thank you very much for coming on. If you maybe just take a broader look, and we'll come back to Limpopo in a moment. You look at Northern Cape, you've got two females, one male, Dr. Zamani Soul, along with Phophi Makating, as well as Dimakatso Koloi. In Limpopo, we've got two females, one male. In Gauteng, got two females, one male. Mpumalanga, one I've seen, I've got three females. They with the fact that the current premier was included because she needs to serve her second term, and one male who seemingly is very strong in terms of the votes. Is the ANC likely going to at least have three female premiers in three provinces?
I think given the nominations that we have seen, that seems to be the direction that the ANC wants to take. And I think this is good for South Africa because if women are represented at such high levels, it means that other societal issues that affect women directly, they'll be well taken care of. And I think for the ANC, this is good. And I think it augurs well for the future of women in this country.
Is this curtains for stead Matabata, as they say in the ANC circles, Agabui?
Yeah, definitely. I think as for Matabata, I think he has served Limpopo quite well, especially within the politics of the ANC. He has done well for the ANC at that level, and I think he left the ANC in good state because they've managed to even maintain huge support in the previous elections. And I think having served more than 10 years, it shows that there are no chances that Matabata could continue being in the province.
Where does he go if he's not in the province? Could national, I mean, we know that provinces have taken decisions that went to national and were resisted.
I think maybe if he can remain in the province as an elder, because given the performances of the ANC in the national elections, the spots at that level are quite limited. And I think if he's going to join the NEC in the future, that could be possible. And I think for him, given that he has managed to maintain the unity within the ANC, it shouldn't be something that is very paining him, because it would mean that he still has his reputation intact. It's not somebody that has been accused of, has a lot of scandals that are linked to his reputation. And I think with those reasons, he should be able to just quietly look his position within the ANC.
Dr. Phophi Ramathuba, Nakedi Kekane, and Makgoba, are you surprised that those names would have emerged in the province as potential candidates for premiership?
It's not surprising. All these candidates are heavyweights within the ANC. They are quite competent at the level of ANC politics. If you check their portfolios or CVs, all of them have served different structures of the ANC at both lower and higher level and have occupied senior positions in government. Although they do not have any record of radical politics or of organizing for the ANC and what they've served within the structures of the ANC, I think they deserve to be where they are today.
Dr. Phophi Ramathuba emerging rather strongly there. She has enjoyed a lot of visibility as the MEC for Health. Do you think that position could certainly have prepared her for the role of Premier?
Yeah, definitely. I think especially with the issue of COVID-19, and she's actually somebody who's public driven. So I think those activities that she has conducted in the public, although some of them have been controversial, I think they've put her ahead of other candidates, because this is somebody who can serve as the face of the province, because she's well known, she's identifiable, whereas others equally qualified for the ANC, they've not been taking, more importantly, media interviews as Phophi has been doing since she became MEC for Health.
It's a contestation, I suppose, after all, not just for leadership, but knowing our politics and how they work, is also a contestation for resources. How do you think that is going to play out?
I think at the moment what we are seeing, we've seen the continuity with the factions that have been aligned with Mathabata. And I think that seems to be the situation that is going to continue. Basically, given what Limpopo has been in the past, they've had structural issues with water shortage, roads infrastructure is not good. There have been issues with land. There have been issues with mining communities. And I think most importantly, the concentration over resources is what actually has determined the continuity that they've taken, because if there were any serious issues that they think any candidate was going to maybe divert away from the current agenda, the person was not going to be even elected to this level. I think given what we have seen, we see someone who's just continuing with what Mathabata has been doing in the past 10 years.
Do you think, though, the outcome at national level would have the province maybe concerned and worried that this could be their fate if they continue along that same line and not delivering to the people in terms of water infrastructure especially?
Definitely. I think given that the ANC does no longer have a majority at national level, if something of a huge amount such as corruption was to happen in the province, obviously other parties are going to be interested and want to put the ANC under pressure. And I think this sort of works well for the people of South Africa, because if we have provinces that have been just been incompetent, engaged in maladministration, thinking that the ANC is in control and it is going to protect them, that sort of situation has now changed. And I think this will sort of put many premiers in the country to work in order to firstly make sure that they retain the power of the ANC, and secondly to ensure that their jobs are not at a precarious position.
I suppose that question doesn't begin to arise for Limpopo because, well, it will arise at a national level and the implications thereof, but at the provincial level, they are enjoying quite an easy majority there.
Yeah, and I think they have people such as Mathabata to thank for that, because since he has been the premier, although generally the ANC has been quite strong in the province, Mathabata has left an ANC, although with factionals there and there, it has been in a strong position. The recent elections have showed us that the ANC in the province has been in charge. And I think it's quite sad that they have this majority, but they've not been able to use it to make sure that development has been fast-tracked in the province. And if they take this for granted in the future, they might find that they have issues like the ANC has had issues at a national level.
Yeah. Makgoba Makamo, I mean, are we underestimating his profile and influence in the province? Could he emerge?
I think given the vote that we have seen, I think he is far away. But given that he has also occupied almost two senior portfolios in government, I think he's stand a chance. But given the projections that we have seen, how many votes per candidate, he doesn't seem to be standing any chance. I think the two females are the ones that one of them is going to emerge to be the premier.
Dr. Makgoba, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on and your analysis this evening. Political analyst, Dr. Metji Makgoba.